listening to Boom Radio. Don't touch that dial. Boom Radio, all the way.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is Boomba right here on your Boom Radio NG. My name is Dolupo, and I bid you warm welcome to the bar. Today, it promises to be a very interesting one. Thank God it is Friday. Yep, it is Friday. And of course, New Music Friday is back. We're going to be playing you a lot. Not playing, sorry, not at on the Boomba Show. We're going to be analyzing a lot of new music that has just been released, and of course people are not smiling this particular time. Also, there are a lot of conversations from the federal government. The federal government is planning a cashless tolling system. There's a new military center in the northwest, if I'm correct. Refinery business is good business, as it looks like somebody's net worth has literally just doubled. And there's so many other things we're going to be talking about. Interesting news coming today, as the person that usually sues people is actually getting sued. You know, all this and more between now and the end of the hour. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the Boomba today. My name is Dolupo again, and with me in the studio is Sola Rogers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's always a pleasure to be at the bar. Thank God it's Friday. Let's go.
Okay, so we're getting straight into it today, as it's New Music Friday, like I had said earlier. So, it's a lot of music. One very interesting one that a lot of people had been anticipating for a long time is Wizkid and releasing new music, and it definitely did not disappoint today. It released "Piece of My Heart" with Brent Fires. I'm not sure I pronounced that right, but you get it, Sha. Isha released new music. So, what do you think about it?
Yeah, New Music Friday. Everybody, at least most of the people, most of the Wizkid fans, they call themselves FC. They've been on this matter, been waiting for it to happen and all of that. It's off the album Moriah, which is named after his mom. She passed away last year. And, of course, based on his reactions and things he's said and done, is obviously very close to his mother, and that's why he's named the album after. So Piece of My Heart is something else entirely. Like, there's been a lot of banter. Sadly, I'm going to go into his recent controversies, especially him and his friend Davido, that I hope one day would still do. Yeah, they are friends, or were friends, and will be friends again. I hope that they'll get to do an album together sometime soon, you know. So there's a part where people start saying, "Hey, Wizkid, you can't do this, you can't." I'm like, no, you can call Wizkid anything, but you cannot say that he can't sing. Like, the guy can hold a note. He can sing.
Sings.
And
He does sing well.
Someone said this is R&B Wizkid. I said yes, 100%.
Yeah,
there's a beautiful thing, you know. Everything that has a beginning has an end. For me, this beautiful thing is the end of Amapiano. Like, Nigerian artists have more or less outgrown this Amapiano.
Yeah, I think they have.
I'm very happy.
Honestly, not like I was expecting any different, but it sounds like the essence vibe kind of Wizkid. So yeah, it's okay.
It's a beautiful song. For me, it's beyond okay. It's amazing. It's something that you hold your breath. At times you're like, can this person still pull it off after all this while? And he actually did. You know, listening to him on Asake's album, that single that they did together is fire. Like, that song is number 1 on Boom Radio NG Top 10, and it's doing massive numbers on the streaming platforms and everything. But now this is Wizkid's own song, and Brain Fires. Oh my God, I think this was a duo that was made in heaven. Another thing about this song is how you're listening to one part of the song, then there's a breakdown, and it becomes a different song. It's still in the song.
that actually is.
It's something that Brymo did a lot on his Sonic album that he dropped last year, it was last year, and I saw it happen here on Wizzy's song too, and okay, this trend is really catching on. I like it a lot.
Okay, so SR seems to like the song a lot. I think the song is okay. Anyway,
yeah.
Still talking about
valid
the R&B vibes, because it looks like today is giving a lot of R&B vibes. It's Tiwa Savage. Tiwa Savage decided to release Forgiveness.
There's no R&B vibe in Tiwa song, in my opinion. It's a reggae song. It's a reggae song. Listen to that song.
Really?
Like it is reggae. I can bet my last dollar on it. Anyways, Dolupo likes it as R&B anyway, but I think it's reggae. I think it's actually roots, like proper reggae song. I saw her tease this song about 2 weeks ago when she was doing a live with what's his name, Pella, the TikTok influencer guy, and I liked it. I liked the flow, and I was waiting for the album to drop. It has dropped now, and it's a very nice song. It's Tiwa showing you how multi-talented she is, and now it's not as if she's like when she features with Asake, you say she's feeding off Asake or she's feeding off Odum. This one is Tiwa all by herself doing that beautiful song, Forgiveness. Even the message of the song again is another nice one. New Music Friday is fully back. Last week was not so great. I'm not sure I could pick 4 songs. In fact, I think there were just 3 or 2.
A lot of people decided to, go blazing. The interesting part, I remember, I think, seeing a tweet last week. Was it Benson? That somebody had tweeted that if, any up and coming artist wanting to release song next week, Friday, tell them not to. And I'm like, okay, what exactly? I think looking at the kind of songs that were released this weekend, it's very good advice.
Yeah. Benson himself dropped a song 2 days ago ahead of Friday featuring Rema. And I'm like, okay, Benson is who he says he is. He's so vast. And to think that this man said he learned Yoruba by listening to songs. He sings very well in
Very
Yoruba.
nice, very nice.
He's not a Yoruba boy, for those of you that don't know, but he's such an amazing artist. And Rema, feeding off him, everything was just, in sync, And after that, then Black Bones dropped an album, Black Bones. I've listened to about 2 or 3 of two of the songs. My favorite already is the Emeka Must Dance, Remember on his previous EP, it was Emeka Must Shine, or Emeka Must Rap or something. Now it's Emeka Must Dance. Emeka Dance, Emeka Dance. And he did a promo with, I think it's Brother Shaggy or someone. I'm like, whoa, it's really funny.
Oh, he's been doing a lot.
He's
been doing a lot.
And when it comes to promoting songs, Black Bones
is
number 1.
Basically, he has that, and then CK also dropped an album called Emotions.
CK has stayed true to his craft. The quality of his voice, his style, his pattern, and that's what he has done. One thing that stands out on this CK album for me as a massive Olamide fan is the chemistry that these two have. There's a song that they dropped about 5 months ago titled Wahala.
Yeah.
Now there's another one now titled Vanity. You get, and it's still, and they did a couple of other songs too together. I know. I'm like, okay. Then he has another one with Caveman. It's a nice song. There are 1 or 2 other collaborations. There's one with TY $. That one is called Dorime. And another song that is done with a lady, I've forgotten her name now, please forgive me. So I've listened to about 7 songs from CK, and I like his style. I like the way he stays in range, and there's some songs that actually go into the up-tempo EDM-ish kind of sound, and he still knows how to blend the African rhythms and stuff. Again, I'm happy that different type of music is coming out now, and nothing like Amapiano on them too.
Yeah,
I'm going to repeat that over and over again for emphasis.
It looks like we're done. Yeah. We're done borrowing it.
Finally.
The original people can have it back. We're good. We're done. That is safe to say. Also, there are quite a number of songs that a lot of people had released over the weekend, but over the week, Lil J released Falling and Unleash.
Yeah,
nice songs actually. Very nice.
Listen to the 2 singles that he dropped, and they're really good songs.
Yeah, they're really good.
There's Cade with Orobo.
Yes.
Yeah, I listened to that one too. You know, nice songs. No. To this New Music Friday, this week's New Music Friday,
really, really nice. And of course, you're sure that on Boom Radio we're going to be playing you all these songs over the weekend, from today at 5 p.m, tomorrow 5 p.m, and on Sunday 5 p.m. It is New Music Niger right here on Boom Radio NG. So let's move on from the music, and we're going straight into a lot of talk. So first things first, the federal government is planning to begin cashless tolling on 2 major roads. And I think it was the Minister of Works that had talked about it. I think it's the Abuja Kefi Road. That's the conversation right now, where there's going to be cashless tolling. And as much as the Kefi Akwanga Makodi Road. Now, it sounds really nice. Yeah. However, this might, of course, if you know Nigeria, the Ministry of Transportation and Ministry of Works is different. It's funny how roads are under Ministry of Works and rail is under Ministry of Transport. However they did that, I don't know. My question is, if you can pull off cashless tolling system, why can't the same federal government pull off cashless payments for the rail?
The rail thing, it's funny how Lagos State started, its own rail system decades after the federal government.
And it's working fantastically.
And they have their own card, their cashless system.
Mm-hmm. The Cowrie card.
Cowrie. I was almost going to say Oyster card now. They have their Cowrie card. And the beauty of that is that you just top up your card and you can use it for taxes.
The funny thing is that I was having a conversation with someone once, and the person was like, that what of people that are not so educated? I'm like, how did it work in Lagos? It's working you literally cannot pay for cash, whether you're on BRT, whether you're using BRT and the rail service. You cannot pay cash. It's not possible. How did that work? Are you saying that everybody in Lagos is educated?
Beyond transportation in Lagos, if you were going to avail yourself of the opportunity of getting the 25% that the state government offers at the market, that is specialized market called Onjerico, if you go there and you want to get 25%, you must be using a card. They have a payment system for that. That's the way it should be. This is 2024. Personally, the less contact you come with
people, the better.
With paper money, the better for you. Especially when you have a wallet. You keep crisp notes or dirty notes in your wallet, right? But there are people who keep monies in all sorts of places, and money falls into all sorts of things. The woman selling soup, money is falling beside or into the soup at some point. She just does it up, pays it to someone else as change. There's jams everywhere. So even beyond the convenience of a cashless society, the hygiene, about it is one of my own driving forces. Like, I always pride myself as saying I've gone months without touching paper money. You get, at times, and now that they've clamped down on it majorly, most times it's only at parties that you get to see paper money. I get to see paper money, when people when they are sharing money. You get. So, but I like the idea. Then again, the fact that it's convenient, you just touch and go and all of that. So the Nigerian rail system, the federal level, they must come and learn from Lagos and start to do whatever it is they're doing. It's not that difficult. They have the Minister for ICT, technology and all of that. That man is actually doing very well in my own books. And I think it's someone that they should be asking to come up with a system that will help, Lagos State, federal government.
That's what I'm saying. So if one person can figure it out, people should be able to figure it out.
It's
I don't
really
think
not
it's
rocket
so.
science.
Do you understand? So My issue is if they're trying to do this on roads, a pre-existing system should be easier.
Then again, the real story is about how roads will be tolled. The first thing is that the previous government that started most of the road constructions under Buhari had said they were going to toll most of the major roads anyway. It's funny enough, they didn't start immediately the roads were constructed. So we should all brace ourselves like it's coming. Lagos, Ibadan, and some of these other roads.
They're coming.
Like the Calabar Coastal Road, they already told us it was going to be tolled. You get? So we should brace ourselves and all of that. Really, if we want them to maintain these roads properly, that's one of the best ways to do it. Instead of them dipping into the coffers of government every time to say they are fixing roads. If you toll a road, it will fix itself. You get? If they don't divert the money into other things.
That one saved.
Yeah. So
very, very
so that's a beautiful thing that's about to happen. And I remember the first time I actually experienced this thing was outside Nigeria, and we were in a cab, and the guy had said he was going to add the tolls, and we're driving on the freeway. I'm waiting for the tolls. He said there's a lot of tolls on this particular freeway, and I'm waiting for the tolls, and something I just looked up and I saw cameras, and I'm like, oh right, that's what it is. Before you go and sound like one bushman that just came.
You better keep quiet.
Just keep quiet. So I now saw it was actually the cameras. The cameras are going to scan your plate number, and that's it. And your account. They're taking the money directly from your account.
From your account,
so there's no talk of you driving on one government road.
Exactly.
If you don't like it, go and look for the
alternative road. Yeah. Yes, exactly. So just want to put that out there. Also, there's the plans to establish a joint military center in the Northwest to tackle banditry. The Minister of Defense make this known.
It's a beautiful thing. It's something that we actually clamored for. It's something that we need. The rapid response system actually saves a lot of lives and time. If you have to scrabble, the forces from their main barracks to places where things are happening, it takes time. But now that they're building that center again, it brings them closer to where the action is. A lot of kudos must go to the people who live in those parts of Nigeria. They had to organize their own defense by themselves. They've had to, empower themselves to protect themselves. But we must tackle the root cause of this banditry. Most of them are fueled by illegal mining. So in putting the troops there also, it still doesn't solve the problem per se, because you must go to where it is that is what is attracting them and cut them off completely. I hope that's part of their plans. I saw a video online of a pastor, I think a pastor in the Celestial Church, that was complaining about illegal mining somewhere.
In Ife. I think I saw that.
And you know that this government said they started the mining rangers and all of that. You'd have thought that after that video went viral, there would have been some kind of quick reaction and everything. Nigeria is very vast. I get it. It's hard to cover the whole length and breadth of the country.
However,
they say when you see something, say something. Someone has said something and we've not seen. And that's if now the northwest and northeast and even north central, where there's a lot of banditry going on. Some of those people they have turned the kidnapping thing into business. They're just trying to make money. At the end of the day, they don't care whose ox is God. They just want to make money, and they're either making it from illegal mining or from kidnapping and all. So this central command, and I like it. They said it's military, it's joint. It's not just the army. It's a joint, base. I hope that we can actually replicate that across the entire 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria, so that rapid response to internal security issues can be, more effective.
Okay, now moving on from that quickly. So talking about the talking about the police now in security. The police, specifically the Inspector General of Police, has ordered a full investigation into reasons why 612 vehicles were hijacked or reported missing in the month of September alone.
I was about to say reported because the one that we know is the one that we will talk about, because you don't know if there were more. I believe there were more.
It's very possible.
It's the ones that were reported. It's alarming, if you take a look at it. Or maybe because now there's statistics, maybe it's even worse, that we're just starting to hear about the number of vehicles that have been stolen or jacked or whatever. And, there's one thing that I keep asking, and I need education. I'm not even going to say it. I'm asking and begging. All these checkpoints that we run into all the time.
What's the point?
What are they about?
It's just to collect money, Joe.
Because if over 600 vehicles are recorded,
what are you now doing?
What exactly are they doing? If it was said that they had recovered this many, I'll say, oh wow, you get that they're so effective and all of that. But this is not a good thing. It's not a good look.
It definitely,
on the police.
Definitely is not.
It's their job to to make sure that
safeguard lives and property.
Yeah, and at times you just wonder, especially with the rising case of police brutality, more and more people are complaining about being extorted by the police, and they have proof. Do you understand?
There is proof.
There's bank alerts and all sorts of things. Yesterday we're talking about how POS machines are being used. POS dealers, and agents, they're being used as conduits for unscrupulous people. To take money from people and all of that. So it's looking like what some of the things that led to the NSAS protest, are on the increase again. And I'm actually worried because you can't tell the extent people will go to when they feel that it's time for them to fight back, and the police must quickly do something about it. It's on the police to do something.
Yep. And I'm still talking about the police. Interesting. Pastor Iliyasu says, good afternoon, my people. Good afternoon, sir.
Good
How
afternoon,
are you
sir.
doing? I hope your Friday is good. So still talking about the police, still sticking with the police. A lot of times you hear updates about the police. If a few things happen and even some misconduct, a bit of police get dismissed and all that. But now looks like the Inspector General of Police has taken it a step further after there was a directive from him after a Kwara police student was killed by basically three police officers were found culpable in this matter. So 3 of them had been dismissed. Now, by the order of the Inspector General of Police, the Kwara State Police Command have now remanded them. They have now been charged to court on 2 counts of criminal conspiracy and culpable homicide. So according to them, they're saying that after the investigation, the police said that the indicted officers were found guilty of leaving their beats, corrupt practices, and unlawful or unnecessary exercise of authority in the matter.
The Nigerian police has a lot of work to do, and there needs to be some sanitization in the force. They need to up their professionalism. There was a time when you would feel like, you see a policeman and you feel safe. It was a long time ago, though. Mm-hmm. But these days, I'm not going to lie. Personally, when I see them, I'm okay. What exactly?
What do you want?
Because you don't understand.
Pastor Imam says, until we stop pontificating based on our ethnic and political proclivity, police will keep taking us for granted.
That's a strong one there, because again, if you remove your political leanings or your ethnic leanings and you speak the truth to power, speak the truth to the the president, to whoever. I agree with Pastor on this one, honestly, because we actually need a police force that is professional. We need a police force that you could actually go to sleep and say, yeah, these guys have got it. I'm not saying the entire force is bad. I'm not saying that. But there's an increase in the number of police brutality cases. It's on the rise. And this is the truth.
Young people are dying.
A lot of people, and again, one of the biggest problems, and that's why I say they need to be professional, is the tendency or the punishment to stereotype people.
Okay.
The instant you're dressed a certain way or you're driving a particular type of car, trust me, I'm sure a lot of Nigerians understand what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
There's some cars that you will drive.
Even color.
Yeah.
Color. The
And
color of your car.
It shouldn't be. Once
Yeah.
people understand this is how you think, the criminals are always one step ahead. So they will just, play around.
It is crazy.
Play around it, But we need a professional police force.
Okay. So Pastor Imam says, who told you Nigerian police is not professional? Go and ask the UN.
Yeah, the United Nations will say that based on peacekeeping. Yeah, peacekeeping 100%.
Yeah, but
I'm talking
what
about
keep the peace in your own country?
I'm talking about local policing. I'm talking about the fact that people get stereotyped.
Exactly.
Because
He's saying that when Nigerian police are sent abroad, they win awards.
yes, it's a different terrain. It's a different assignment altogether.
Then who are the people that they are taking abroad? Is it the ones on the road? They're not.
Maybe I don't know.
They're the educated ones, the very nice looking, arranged ones in offices and all that. They're the ones that go abroad. They are not. It's not the ones on the road. It's not the one that you and I saw today that go abroad. It's not.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
I don't agree with you 100, but do I have any contrary evidence to what you have said? I don't. But neither do I agree with you 100%. However, they might win awards outside. They even do. That's not the issue.
Oh, they are good at it.
The issue is that assignment is different from what's going on here.
Exactly.
And that's one of the reasons why, we need a police force that's localized, that understands its terrain and its people. I'm actually you just go online. You and there's proof. A lot of these kids are coming out to complain.
So
there's proof.
Pastor Imam says Nigerian police is a reflection of Nigerian society. I agree with you, sir, 101%. More like 1,001%. I think that the typical Nigerian is out to extort. We're still talking about it yesterday. I personally think that people might say, okay, government is this, government is that. My number one thing that I say a lot is Nigerians are the problem of Nigeria. So, and they are the people that become the police. They are the people that get into the government. So, at the end of the day, I totally agree with you. They are the problem. It is a reflection of who the bulk of the Nigerian people. So I agree with you.
On Wednesday,
it says when Nigerians leave Nigeria, they obey laws that they won't do that, and they won't do that here. Yes.
On Wednesday, we went out for the World Food Day. We joined the food clique. They were here on Monday to go and give food, cooked food, packed food to people somewhere in Lagos, Ogba to be precise. And we went there prepared to serve about 3,000 people in that community. And by the time we had served virtually everybody that came out, people started recycling themselves. There was a particular woman. She had her kids there, and they were changing their clothes because we were marking their hands to ensure that, okay, the food will go around. But when we spoke to the guys at Food Click, they're like, look, they're used to it, that whenever they go out, people do all of these things. There was a woman that came, she would change her hair tie to collect packed food. Do you understand? There was another guy that when I stopped him, I said, my brother, this is the 4th or 5th time. He said, yeah, but look at that other guy. That guy has taken food 8 times and we didn't stop that guy. And why are we stopping him?
8 times.
8 times.
Okay, so Pastor Imam says, when cadets pay money to enter the police college, what do you expect?
True. It's an investment.
It is
It's an investment. A lot of people do that thing.
Yes.
And you think a guy that has paid money to join the police force will not make that money back?
He wants to make that money. He definitely does.
And I heard it's not just the police force too. So
anyway, allegedly, because at this
allegedly.
point they are suing everybody suable. However, somebody does not seem to want to care, as renowned human rights activist. In an interview today, Olisa Agbakuba has categorically called the EFCC a terrorist organization.
wow.
I think that it's yesterday he had written, there was news, we had even talked about it.
It was NDLA that he was talking about yesterday.
No, it was the EFCC. He had written that they were unconstitutionally set up. Now, at the interview today, he said that the EFCC are abusing their powers and bullying and intimidating Nigerians. he said, and I quote, "They are terrorists. They are terrorizing us, intimidating Nigerians with their powers." I think that even if you're going to say that, as a lawyer, one really needs to be careful.
Dolupo.
Why I said so is
Dolupo.
because of the story that is coming up next.
Dolupo.
Yes, please.
Story next or not. Let's stay with this particular one. Olisa Agbakoba is not a baby when it comes to knowing the law.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he's the son.
Yeah, he is.
He's not someone that would speak without proof.
Okay.
It's just someone.
Pastor James says, "Are they not a terrorist organization?" No, sir. I'm not sure that I would agree.
So I just want to correct one thing that Dolupo had already put out, or let me disagree, not correct, disagree. That I believe that Olisa Agbakoba would not speak without proof.
Okay.
I believe that. I respect him so much. I know he knows the law, and it's not like he's above it, but he knows it very well, enough to say the things that he has said.
Okay. Pastor James says Dolupo Olisa is right.
See?
Okay.
So he agrees.
Right or wrong? I am talking about the choice of words at the moment.
He's a lawyer.
So I would not agree with it.
Let me tell you what's wrong here.
In some instances,
Yeah.
would you say that we are seeing instances where the EFCC had used their powers? Yeah, we've seen a few people post some of these things. However, to come out to call a government agency a terrorist organization is a lot. That's me. I'm not going to be party to it. I will not agree to it.
Okay, so, and, okay, for me, I'm not saying that they're a terrorist organization. I'm saying that Olisa Agbakoba definitely knows what he's saying. That as a lawyer, you know, some people are bold and they would stand by their words.
Oh, you should please.
Some
go
of the
ahead.
things that Olisa Agbakoba has said, a lot of people want to say it, but they don't have the balls.
Okay.
They don't have the cojones. Their liver no carry am, as we they talk for street. So he has spoken.
He has spoken.
Now, let them respond. If they want, let them sue him. And I'm sure that if they sue this man, when he gets to court, he would bring out evidence. But let us not lie that we've not heard about some ultra vires and some out of, the world things that these guys have done.
Yes, well, we've heard of those things. I get it. However, I just feel that
The other day, was it NDLA? They were busting an hotel in Akure. And this funny thing is, why did that hotel have a CCTV camera in a room? That's another thing that nobody's talking about. Like, you mean that I rent an hotel and there's a camera
there's a camera in the room.
That's
yeah,
all shades of wrong.
But
that camera showed how they were brutalizing people.
I agree.
And this was barely 2 or 3 months ago in Akure. We've heard about those cases at that Lekki Aja access and different parts of Nigeria.
I just feel that, and also my issue with it is that all of a sudden, and this was what I said yesterday, is it that people just realized that EFCC is not set up properly, or they are not this, or they are not that? It almost looks like there's an agenda against EFCC all of a sudden.
I don't think it's an agenda. There's one thing that happens usually when there's a certain type of government in place and you look like there's some change in the air or some things are being adjusted and all. People tend to be more outspoken.
Okay, so Pastor Imam says definition of terrorist. So now I think that the for me, why I have a problem.
Pastor is not holding back.
Why I have a problem with the statement is that even before you call someone a terrorist, it is a very, very heavy thing. People have to be proscribed and all that. So whether there is evidence to it or not, there probably has to be. I'm not a lawyer, yeah. There has to be an evidence where it is stated that EFCC is proscribed. That's where I'm saying. I know that there is English meaning of a terrorist. However, are you going to say every single thing the EFCC is doing are a terrorist organization? Are you saying that? I think that some of the things that we say or attribute to these things are really extreme. if you have a problem with the EFCC, take them to court. That's it. Pastor Imam says a person, group, or organization that uses violent action or threat of violent action to further political goals. Now, can we categorically say this is all the EFCC does? That's my issue. I don't think anybody can stand anywhere to categorically say this is what the EFCC does. That's why I said that we need to be careful. And maybe, like I said, I actually believe that all of a sudden there is an agenda. And I'm not saying that EFCC is all perfect. Trust me, I'm not saying that. All of a sudden there's an agenda against the EFCC. Come on. I think that people, in keying into some of these things, at times, there is a bigger picture a lot of people are not seeing. But we'll see whatever comes out of this.
Just like I said about the police, though, before Dolupo moves on, or moves us on, we also need everybody to be professional.
Yeah.
Stop busting into people's houses without inviting them first, and if you're going to do that, can you basically keep to the laws of engagement? Where are your warrants? There are a lot of things that the law says you cannot do. You can't check people's phones without a warrant. You can't check no, not in Nigeria. The police, so yes, everybody will do that, And at times, you might feel insulated because it doesn't happen to you directly. But if you picture it and close your eyes for a minute, how would you feel if it did happen to you? Because if it hasn't happened to you, it has happened to someone close to you. We don't want a world where it's the law enforcement people that we are afraid of, while the criminals are nicer. We don't want that. We want a world where law enforcement, will wipe out the criminals, and of course, law-abiding people will not be afraid of them.
Okay, now talking about law enforcement, DSS has now decided, anytime you hear SERAP, most of the time, SERAP is always suing somebody, suing the government, suing a state government, suing this, suing that. However, it is DSS turn. Oh, Pastor Imam says, Dolupo, read my definition. Oh, yes, I already did, sir. And I'm saying that, and I replied that with this definition, can we categorically say that is all the EFCC does? That's it. That's where my issue is. Can we categorically have complete, irrevocable evidence, incontrovertible evidence that that's what the EFCC does? That's where my issue is. Now, still talking about the DSS now. You said yes. Okay. If you have evidence to that, I cannot argue with that. But I personally don't think so. So we would say, okay, you know what? So what Pastor Imam, so what you're saying is that, so what the EFCC, as they are suing, take for example, Godwin Emefiele, what they're doing is that they're using their violent action to further political goals. Is that what we're saying? That, because if that is the angle, it means that every single thing they're doing, that's what it means. It means that every single thing, take for example, Mr. Emefiele's case is political motivated, and he actually did not do anything wrong. I don't know. I don't know, Job. So that's why I said that. I think that at times we need to be careful the way we bunch things together. Now, so still talking about the DSS now. Okay, so he says, SR, exactly, they have to be civil in their operation. And I totally agree with it.
That's what we want.
That's what we want. I agree with it. I'm just saying that we should not just bunch everything together. The honest truth is that whether we like it or not, there are times that there are cases that the EFCC has done, we have seen, or that they're involved in, that are actually is removing crime off the roads. We've seen how they got, even foreigners had through the EFCC got back their monies, and they had to repatriate funds back to whatever country, how even Nigerians were involved in, a lot of illicit things. So that's where I'm going, that we cannot completely condemn or throw away the child and the bathwater, however it is that they say. Anyway, so the DSS has now instituted a 5.5 billion naira defamation suit against SERAP. That's the Socio-Economic Rights Accountability Project. they're saying that they allegedly made false claims that officials of the agency invaded SERAP's office. So I don't know, as I'm sure you remember this conversation because we actually talked about it at the bar that day. And what the DSS is saying that they had even falsely claimed that two of the officials, Sarah John and Gabriel Ogundele, invaded. Number one, that two people cannot invade. It were only two people that went to that office, and that they saw a particular receptionist who had said that the officials in SERAP's office were not around, and she had promised that she was going to get back to them. And in fact, they even put out the phone number. The phone number she offered to the DSS to get back to them, was that only for them to get back to the office, and they saw news all over that DSS had invaded their office, SERAP's office, and they're wondering how did this happen? That this conversation that they had with this person is even recorded. Oh
wow! So that's why they are going to court now.
Yes, and
so one day the suer can now be sued. If that sues gets sued, but 5.something billion, they should be coming down now.
5.5 billion.
Where do they want in case SERAP loses? Where they want them to get 5.something billion for?
The money that they used to sue other people and they used to collect.
Are they paying them for those monies?
Okay,
those
so
cases?
Pastor Emejem says on Emefiele, yes. Where is the Buhari that gave him the instruction? Okay, so I think that with a lot of investigation and a lot of things going on in court already, there are actually conversations of how they're saying that he went on to do a lot of things on his own volition, not exonerating anybody. But I'm not sure I would agree with you that whatever is going on with Godwin Emefiele is politically motivated. If we did not have courts, personally, I feel, it's my feeling, I feel that there is a lot more. He should not have been granted bail. If it was me, someone like that should probably rot in jail. But it's not my. So
until it's proven guilty.
Until it's proven guilty, innocent. Yeah. But I'm not sure that I would agree with you that whatever is the EFCC is doing on Godwin Emefiele's case is political. So are you saying that he's innocent? Are we saying that the thousands of people that suffered during the Naira design?
That's not what he said. He's saying that if you're prosecuting Emefiele, it is also alleged that he was working under the instructions of the former president. So where is the person that gave him the instruction?
I agree
that's what Pastor is saying.
However, we cannot say that whatever is happening with Godwin Emefiele is political. I do not agree. Is that one that I don't agree with?
I'm not sure that's what he said, though. He's just saying
he said on Emefiele, yes, because my question was that are we going to say that whatever is happening with Godwin Emefiele is politically motivated? No, I would not agree.
You brought out the Emefiele example.
Yeah. And he said that, yes, that is politically motivated. No, I do not agree. But what do I know? Anyway, now the onus is on SERAP to explain and give evidence to show that the DSS invaded. So they're claiming, it would be
interesting though,
that
if they make it to court.
Yeah, the DSS has said that they've been ridiculed and criticized by international agencies such as Amnesty International and prominent members of Nigerian society, including Femi Falana, and this was not what happened.
Wow. Okay, let's see what how it pans out. Though I'm always going to stay on the side of the truth and say that of course, if they are not culpable, if SERAP cannot prove that they did, and if they have proof that they didn't, oh man, it's going to be a tough one for SERAP though.
Yeah,
I don't know how they're going to pull it off.
It's a very, very interesting case, that was why I said that now goes back to my conversation of we need to be careful the things that we say. We are now in an era where we probably will see more cases from people like the EFCC, like the DSS, because there are soft targets these days that everybody just wants to say things about and attack, but one needs to be very careful.
All right.
That's where my own is going to.
So this is going to be an interesting one.
Very
Let's
interesting.
see how it will pan out. I just want to look at how it will work, because we know that there's hardly any week that SERAP doesn't have a case that they are taking to court, or they are going.
Oh no, now they definitely will be busy because they're always in court anyway, so it just makes life easy. Okay, so Pastor Imam says, Dolupo, now you're talking like police and the EFCC. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I just like to err on side of caution. That's what I'm saying. We cannot see. My own issue is you cannot be accusing people of something and we're doing the same thing. You cannot say the police just go ahead and just do as they like, and we too that we are asking for accountability just go and do as we like. That's where I draw the line. We cannot be doing what we're condemning other people for. If you are condemning the police for just bunching people together, or just what's that word that you used, profiling people anyway, then because of it we cannot also profile the EFCC and the DSS and the police completely. I have met a few extremely nice police officers. I will not, because of that, say the police is perfect. Same way I have met some ridiculous police officers. I will not say that the police is completely horrible. So Pastor Imam says it is political, Dolupo. We know some things we may not say in public. Sir, I'm not saying you do not know something. I am speaking on behalf of the people that fell ill, people that died, people that had monies that they could not spend, people that suffered in the hands of the policies that Mr. Emefiele did. And then we're going to say, I don't care whatever political side is from, a lot of people, thousands of people. Sir, I might not be an old person, but at least I know I'm old enough to realize that at least I have gone through one part of one form of I think Naira change, remember when there was polymer, and I think there was the introduction of the new 100 Naira notes and all that. I was well and alive then, and we're not even this technologically advanced then, but it was always a smooth transition. You just see those new monies, and then little by little you see those old monies disappear. Before you know it, you don't see those old monies anymore. There was no time limit to those things. Everything was just seamless. I am now saying that, are we going to say, political or not, that it is a bad thing that the EFCC is prosecuting Godwin Emefiele for the things that he did? That's my question. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on from that quickly, just also wanted to point out that Kaduna and Kebbi governments have imposed restrictions on movements this weekend, as they are also going into local government polls this weekend as well. On talking about the Naira redesign, the court has now granted EFCC's request to present a witness virtually.
Oh wow, virtual in Nigerian court.
Yep. So we're going somewhere. We're moving forward. We're moving forward.
Not bad at all.
It's interesting because why that was interesting. I'm like, okay, so it's safe to say. So there are now 2 witnesses that are going to be virtual. They're saying that they're currently abroad and they will now be doing their testimonies through a video link. And for me, why I think is a good thing is that, remember, if they are waiting for these people to come, that probably will take a lot more time. So if that's the way to go to move these things forward, please let's go ahead and we move on from that. Now moving on from that as well. Okay. Pastor Imam says, nice police. Yes, sir. I have actually met some very great police people. Yes, very, very great. That's the. It might sound weird, but yes, very great policemen. Yes, I have actually met a few of them. And I think that it might be laughable, but it is what it is. Now, moving on from that quickly, money talking. When money is talking, when they tell you it's time to go and do refinery business. Why I said so is that Mr. Dangote's net worth. Remember, was it last year that we're talking about how because of Nigerians dwindling naira, that his net worth dropped and blah 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 blah. All that talking. Now, Kaboo, the man was just quiet and waiting for you people to finish your talking, because he came back with a bang. And that bang is that his net worth has officially doubled. He has moved in from being the 85th richest person in the world, the 83rd, to the 65th.
Dolupo, I take exception to the way you have referred to my good friend Aliko.
He's not your friend. He's always your friend.
Is he my enemy? Is he
your friend?
He's my friend.
Does he know you?
Yes, he does.
He does?
Aliko Dangote now my guy.
He's your guy.
No, I go shock you. One day.
Okay.
It's because I'm sitting down here. I've not called him to do live video.
Call you.
So congratulations to my good friend Aliko Dangote, moving from on the league of big boys, moving from 83 to 65. No be smart, you know. Especially when people have taken a hit, you know, talking about the devaluation of the naira to the point where, you know, everybody they feel like
refinery business is good business.
So I'm happy for him, you know, individually and personally. I think he's done well for himself, and yeah, that's what it is. He saw a problem, moved in, tried to solve it, and let's see how it goes. From here, it's up and up for him, because the Dangote refinery, if Nigerians don't buy, the people will buy food there outside. You know, in the whole of Africa, how many functional refineries do we even have? You can count them on your fingers. You know how many countries are refining crude in Africa? Very few. So congratulations to him. You know, but Uncle Bros, don't forget your boys. We still there. You understand?
Okay, now talking about money, there's now updates on, or what I say, comments on Lagos State's 85,000 naira minimum wage. So the Labour Party governorship candidate Gbadebo Rhodes-Vivour has had a few things to say about the 85,000 naira. He says, and I quote, "While the recent increase in the minimum wage to 85,000 is a step in the right direction, it is important to note that this amount falls significantly short of addressing the unique cost of living challenges faced by Lagos workers." So basically, he's saying that the money is not enough. He's saying that given the factors around, the minimum wage should be at least about 100,000 naira.
Okay. I think I've seen a lot of people who have made comments after Governor Sanwo-Olu, you know, put out the information about the Lagos State minimum wage, and I always feel the need to reiterate it to people. Minimum wage does not mean that that's what they are going to pay.
I don't understand how come that
nobody earns a minimum wage. Do you understand? Like, is there a level 1 person? Do you understand? Dolupo?
Yeah. No.
The next person that's going to earn will earn higher than that. That's the least that they're going to pay. It's just a benchmark. Having said that, the federal government pegged its own at 70. Kogi State decided to go to 72,500. Ogun State went to 77,000 naira. Lagos has gone to 85,000. You know, a few other states. I know Edo State was the first. We must commend them.
Yeah, they actually did.
You must commend them.
This whole conversation started.
Before federal government even said anything, Edo State said they were going to pay 70K. You get, and that a big shout out to Obaseki for that. You know, because that's a good thing. But again, let us realize these are government workers alone.
Yeah, so
it's government workers that are going to earn this. Now, so back to that matter in Lagos, if Lagos says they're going to pay 85,000, don't forget that they have their own internal transport system. So the workers don't even get to, you know that they have their own staff bus.
Yeah, they do. So they don't even get to
They don't
spend
even use that money for transportation. The bulk of them, the ones that don't own cars, and if you own a car, you'll be a gun now. Even in and around
even
us
people
now,
that
a lot
own
of people
cars,
who own cars
they
are parking the cars because there are
free buses for them. So come on.
So that alone also saves a chunk. Now the same governor said that hopefully he would like to come back early next year and still jack it up again. So we're talking about a living wage now beyond a minimum wage. I like it when the opposition people play opposition proper, but I think that Gbadebo should not have gone this route. It's good to criticize because criticism helps people get better. But I just feel that it's very commendable that they all had this tripartite meeting and they agreed at 70, and some governors are stepping up.
Yeah, we're coming from a time where from 30,000, most governors were not even paying 30. That's where my own issue is. Okay, so Pastor Imam says Dangote is an Arsenal fan like me, so I will defend him. Bring it in Dolupo. He won't forget you. Okay.
Pastor was referring to when I said make you not forget him, boys. We're there here now, you know. Ali now our guy now.
Ali, oh my God.
Ali, you people call him Ali Dangote. We call him Ali. You know, he's my ally.
Okay.
Somebody show him this video. He won't deny me now.
Okay.
Aliko.
Now, Ogun State is embarking on recruiting about 1,000 teachers right there. Also, interestingly, the Abuja National Mosque has now officially gotten the first Igbo Imam, Professor Iliyasu Usman.
I saw this story in the morning, and it was cheering to me. You get. It's not like a position that anybody can just aspire to be. The chief imam in Abuja. Do you understand? But now you have someone from the eastern part of Nigeria. You know, he's a professor of Arabics and other things, right? Arabics and something.
So, Pastor Imam says, I don't want to attack someone, but what Gbadebo is saying is that Lagos can pay 100K, but he has done well. When we say that Lagos can pay 100K, I will still say that we should not make this statement because we've seen it over and over again with PDP, with APC. Everybody seems to have ideas until they finally get into the system and they can't do what they promised.
But again, at 85,000, nobody is going to earn 85.
Nobody is earning 85,000.
The lowest person will be earning over 100,000 already.
What about house rent? Yeah.
Yeah, what about it?
Someone that is in level 4 that is earning about 120, 130.
Yeah.
Let's say that. I'm guessing you are not living in a house that is 2.5 million a year.
I think one of the biggest mistakes that we all make. The other day,
you see them with 2 wives and 10 children.
Yeah,
come on.
This is what I wanted to talk about. The other day we were talking about these things, and someone was like, what about someone that has 4 children? Sir, why do you have 4 children?
You have 4 children?
You think say me I know if you born 4 children? I fit now. Certified, tested, and proven. But you need to calculate everything and look at how life goes. And these are the things, the truths that we must be telling ourselves. In other parts of the world, they're actually suffering a decline in their population.
Yeah.
Nigeria is the only country.
You want to be born in children you cannot raise.
Nigeria is the only country
what we're doing.
That is actually proudly increasing its population.
Let's know what we are doing. That's the annoying. The funny part is that, have you noticed that it is the lower class that give birth to most?
Yeah.
What exactly is your problem? What do you have that you are giving birth on?
But the problem is you need to provide them power and entertainment so that they will have other things to do.
I'm not at all.
I'm telling you the truth.
What you are doing.
You don't know that as soon as they go home, there's nothing
That's
else.
the only form of entertainment. It hits. Heat.
Is it your heat?
Heat.
Is it your heat?
Body heat is the worst thing in the world.
Who told you?
What?
Who told you?
Okay.
Is it your body heat?
All right, let's come and be quick because at this point I have the words.
But again, I totally disagree with Gbadebo on this one. I think at times if you're not going to comment, just keep quiet. Like play your position well. But this particular one,
let's call it spade.
70K was
going
agreed,
from 70K,
and they are going to start at 85, and they are talking about 100.
Go and meet the house of the Lagos members who
on this particular one,
and you'll not be telling them that what your governor did is not good. We beat you. Anyway, on that note, that is all we'll be able to take today on the bar. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much for watching.
God bless
we'll be back again on Monday with another wonderful edition of the bar. Thank you so much for the comments. Pastor, you definitely started with us, and we've not seen this much of you in a while.
Thank you, sir.
So nice that you joined us. So we'll be back again on Monday. Have a beautiful weekend. Peace.